Welcome to Truly Rotten Potatoes. It's another episode of Australia's toughest podcast, or as Morgan calls it, Australia's hardest podcast. But guess what? Morgan's not here. Declan is here, and he's hosting the episode with his two co-hosts. I've got Hayden next to me.
What's up? What's up?
And next to him is Mitch Gosling.
Howdy, howdy, ho.
And on the line with us from Sydney is a comedian, is a TV personality, is one of the girlies from Big Natural Talents podcast. It's Concetta Caristo.
Hey.
Hi! I wanted to have a cool phrase like you all did. Howdy. What's up, motherfuckers? How's that?
Oh, wow.
That's actually Morgan's. You can't use that. He's always saying that.
Can we beep that? I don't know if the kids who love this show might not appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the show, Concetta. As you may have heard, this is Australia's toughest podcast. We don't just have fun, talk about what's going on. We don't get into the celebrity goss as some of those podcasts out there do. We go deep into the films that have 0% ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, and we analyze them in excruciating detail.
Oh my God. I wish I was match fit for this, but I'm just going to come as I am, which is this, with what I've got.
Let's start with a question then.
Yes.
Have you seen films before?
No, never. This was my first time. And
God, no.
I had my eyes closed the whole time. I didn't know what to do. No one told me to open them. But it sounded so scary.
What is your favorite film, do you think? Do you have a go-to sort of like...
Yes.
Which
Yes.
is?
It is Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids, for me, is the most... It's like a film for the girlies, and it's also a film for the non-girlies. Like I've literally tweeted this, but I'm like, when a guy likes Bridesmaids, to me, that's like a feminist act. It's like, we have to try and corral each man that we can that like women is funny. And to me, that's like what I would present to the aliens if they're like, are women funny? Like that,
Right.
That's the first thing I'm giving them. And then myself second. And I'm like, hello, sir. So that's my favorite. It makes me so happy. I'm like, think it's brilliant.
And your least favorite movie?
Maybe this one that you made me watch. I really hated it. Oh
Wait,
my God.
Can we go back just quickly? Now I'm picturing
Yeah.
like an alien invasion, and they make contact with the president or something, and they've like, we've got this translator. What do you want to ask us? And they're just like, are women funny as well?
Yeah, because aliens are sexist men as well.
Yeah.
That's their link. They're like commenting that on YouTube videos.
Just imagining a bunch of aliens sitting in a room watching the scene where they're all like shitting in a sink, being like, this is good.
Touche.
I wouldn't let them make a spaceship, but they can make a good joke. So the film we're watching this week is called Cabin Fever. It's from 2016. It's a horror movie about some teenagers going to a cabin in the woods, kind of a classic trope. And it's actually a remake of a 2002 Eli Roth film of the same name and virtually the same script, plot identical, characters pretty much the same, and a lot of the dialogue was reused as well.
So what was the point?
Yeah, true.
Well, I don't know. I watched this movie on TV when I was like 12. The original. And I remember it was the first time that I'd seen like the purple rating, which was like AV-15. I was like, ooh, we're getting into spooky territory. And so I remembered it being better than it was. Because when you come back to it, it's like, there's a lot of great stuff, but essentially what you see is what you get.
Is it a well-regarded film, the original?
It
in
is,
horror
but it
circles,
possibly shouldn't be. The main differences is the lack of slurs in the remake. The original.
So that's why they did it.
Yeah. So if something comes up where I can mention the original, I can't really say what they say in the original movie, but there's a lot
You
more.
have an audio recording. You sent it in the chat.
This
Let's
is
just
true.
play it
I
over the
can't.
mic.
Off
We
mic,
can
he
play
can
a
say
clip.
it.
Put you on blast.
It's almost like someone watched Cabin Fever on TV, a producer, let's say, and they said, have you guys seen Cabin Fever? And they're like, yeah, I guess like 13 years ago. And they were like, yeah, how does it hold up? I mean, besides calling everyone gay and retarded in the movie over and over again, the rest of it's pretty good. Like, we could just shoot that.
That's so crazy to do it exactly the same, to have no real vision apart from eliminating the slurs. That's insane. Like, just edit the old movie and like dub it and be like, you awesome guy instead of retard or something.
Well, I mean, to jump into the movie, there's a few things like when he went to shoot the squirrels, when they're like, you know, why were you shooting squirrels? He's like, oh, and they're like, oh, he's a gamer in this movie. In the original, it's because they were all gay and they were like, stop being retarded, man.
So they go, why are you shooting the squirrels? And he goes, because they're all gay.
Yeah. It's
I thought
pretty
you were
much
saying
that
all
is
the
whole
characters
movie.
were gay in the original movie.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
And gay people shoot squirrels? That's
Yeah,
just
that's a thing.
Oh wait. Who of you have seen the original? Just
Me and Mitch. Declan and
I just
Yeah.
want to know,
Yeah.
do you think this new one was better or worse or same?
Both.
Yeah, it was everything.
Yeah.
I probably saw the original when I was like 13,
Right.
which is when you should be watching movies like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if you've seen movies since then, you won't enjoy this movie.
Got it.
Yeah.
If you've seen Bridesmaids, you'll hate this movie.
This is the anti-Bridesmaids. Well, this is I would say that the original is more for like 14-year-old boys who kind of have that sense of humor.
Yeah.
And then this is for no one.
It's very frat boy, isn't it? Both of them are pretty fratty.
Yeah, very fratty movie. Yeah, so do we jump into the beginning of the movie?
Can I ask first, Eli Roth, that's a name I should know.
Yes.
Who is this person?
Well, he wrote and directed the first Cabin Fever. That was his first feature
that's
film.
what he did. Okay, no. Yeah,
And so
go
they
on.
used his script and to remake this. He also did Hostel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did a movie with Keanu Reeves called Knock Knock.
Is he an actor? Because I knew his face.
Eli Roth is an actor a little bit as well.
Yes, okay.
He's in Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
He's the bear Jew.
Yes.
And he's in Death Proof. He's friends with Quentin Tarantino, so he's in Death Proof as well.
Awesome.
Same kind of creepy guy.
Yeah.
Totally. That makes sense because I was like, I never know what a director looks like unless they're the big three. Why do I know this fucking guy's face? So that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. But Eli Roth isn't in this movie.
No.
Funnily enough, he is in the the original Cabin Fever. He plays the stoner guy who shows up at the campfire called Grim.
What was the point
the
in
dog.
Oh, what was
Well,
the
That he
point?
had weed.
Yeah, he brought weed to the party.
To
I
do,
thought he was coming back at some point, but he
Yeah.
just never came back.
but like, I know we need to get into it, but like every character is like, what the fork is going on? Why are you a freak? Like, I'm like, this is not normal. There's not that many freaks coming back to back. And you're just like, that's weird. And then like, I was just, oh my God, this movie.
And the best part is when they go to the little town to talk to that woman who's a butcher or a farmer or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we found this freak last night. And then she's like, oh, was it my cousin, the freak that lives out there? And they're like, oh, no, probably not. But yeah, they're not just freaks, they're related as well.
So the movie starts out. You've got two women, three men. You know,
Yeah.
college
It's a
age
five-some.
dudes. They're all in the car. They're off for like a nice holiday in the woods.
They've just finished uni, I assume, or like
Sure.
it's spring break or something. The very, very opening of the scene, the little kind of pre-teaser, do you remember
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Is just like a guy in the woods finding his dog. He's looking for his dog, Peaches. And he finds the dog and it's lying down and you're like, oh, what's wrong here? Maybe the dog's sick. And he like touches the dog and it just explodes
Yeah.
blood on him.
That's what I think men think. Like, if you touch a woman with her period, that's what they think's going to happen. When they don't
we know
understand.
what happens when you touch a woman on their period because it happens later in this film.
Oh, yeah.
I literally said that to Ben. That's my guilty pleasure, is saying me about things and then making it about something else. And so Ben happened to see this and I was like, me on my, or whatever, something dumb like that. And just crushed. I just destroyed to my boyfriend.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, I'm glad you got some bits out of this.
Yeah.
So the basic premise is you've got two couples and another guy in the gang
Right.
who's the gamer / goofy kind of asshole jerk
Totally,
character.
yeah.
Who's just like, I'm just here to get drunk and shoot guns. Like, that's his whole deal. And the two couples, which honestly, even I got confused about which guy was which.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's
No.
only two.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Totally.
Two dudes with black hair wearing like flannelette shirts.
Give us a break, honestly.
And I think one of them fucks the other one's
Yes!
girlfriend at one point, so it just makes it even
Yeah.
more confusing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
wait,
my
did they
God.
fuck already, or is this a different?
Yeah. But and the girls you can tell apart because they make sure one has blonde hair, one has dark hair.
Of course.
Yeah.
And one's kind of gothy, the darker haired one, isn't she? I mean, she
Yeah.
has nipple rings. Is that goth? I'm out of the game. I don't
hella
know.
goth.
I don't know. That's
We were all
vaguely
getting our
alternative.
nipples pierced back in the day when we were listening to goth
Dude,
music.
can I just say, don't you feel like from the get-go, they just all were like quite unlikable? Like you don't really get behind them. Even the goofy one is the most unlikable guy. Like that was crazy to me. That the one that is supposed to be like the Chandler of the horror movie, I want to fucking bash his head in already. It just like made no sense.
Yeah, usually the fifth wheel is like a bit uncomfortable and is like, oh, I'm stuck with the two couples and I don't really know where to fit in. But he was just like over the top. They wanted to get away from him.
Well, so in the original, they're way worse. They are much worse people, which hurts
way.
this movie because when you really hate them, it's a bit of a comedy of errors. Like, we left her out in the shack, and in the original, they go into the shack to check on her, and it's like eating her face.
Oh, we should say what actually happens, right? So,
Let's
the couples go
go
to this
into it.
cabin. And they do meet a bunch of like kind of hillbillies. They're in a remote area, but basically they slowly start to get sick and sicker, and like they've got like a skin disease. Lesions keep growing on them, and they're coughing blood and stuff. And long story short, turns out the water's poisonous or something. It's not really important, but basically you just watch these 5 people get sicker
Slowly
and sicker.
die, yeah.
Yes. Oh my
but
god.
there's also like when they first pull up into town to get like some fuel or something, they get warned by the guy who runs the fuel stop, like, hey, just be careful up there. There's some disease going around, or some people have come back from there sick or something. But they seemed the film kind of jumps to conclusions because our gamer guy, when they first arrive at the cabin, the gamer guy goes out into the woods with his fucking machine gun,
AR-15.
trying to kill squirrels, gay squirrels. Trying to kill squirrels, and this guy from the opening scene turns up and he's covered in blood and he's sick, and our gamer man's like, stay away from me, man, I don't want to get sick either. And it's sort
he
of this
even
leap
shoots him
of
in
like,
the leg.
if I saw a bloody man in the woods, I wouldn't be like, he must be contagious. Like, they jump to a lot of conclusions really
Yeah.
I don't
easily.
even think he thinks he's contagious at the beginning. I think he's like the guy jumps out from behind a tree and he's his face is all.
I think he shot him.
Oh
He
yeah,
did shoot him,
He shoots him in the
turns to
leg.
him and he shoots
so
him.
the guy's like, "You shot me." His face is all bloody. He's like getting all sick, and the guy is like, "Stay away from me, man. Just stay away." And he does chase him off at that point, right? But then that guy comes back later at night, and the 5 teenagers kind of accidentally, as you said, in a comedy of errors, burn him alive by throwing lighter fluid on him and lighting him. Like that was all. One
was
guy
so
runs
stupid.
inside.
Was that accidental?
He runs inside to get like a stick from the fireplace that is on fire,
yeah.
runs back outside, and then throws it on a guy
Yeah.
who just incidentally was covered in lighter fluid.
You know what we literally haven't even touched on? The kid who bites one of them from the get-go. And that
Yeah.
doesn't tell you, and we're supposed to be like, sorry, my son is trying to fucking kill you. Like, it just, oh my God.
If we go back to the first scene, the dog was named Pancakes.
Peaches. It was Peaches.
Pancakes in this?
Was it called?
Was the dog Pancakes?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Oh,
I think the dog was named Pancakes because I saw that and I was like, that's a weird reference to the original. And then the kid yells Pancakes and bites him,
which happens in the original.
which does. And I mean, in the original, we'll get to that. It just seemed like a weird way to like reuse it because they reused that kid later in the movie because he bites another person
Yeah.
in the exact same way. So it's like a feral hillbilly child
Yeah.
who just bites people.
That's a whole
that come along.
separate story and movie.
That's right.
Like, I'm like, oh, the kid's making everyone sick. Just kidding, it's the water. And this child needs severe therapy and a muzzle.
Yeah. So this guy, this is the beginning of the movie. They're driving into town. They stop to get gas. They're asking for, I don't know, directions or advice or something. where can you shoot guns or whatever. And the guy's talking to them, this kind of local hillbilly, and his son is wearing like a cardboard bunny mask.
So stupid.
Which I don't think is in the original. I don't remember that.
So in the original, there's a scene where one of the characters actually gets to a hospital, and when he's going past, it's like a Shining moment. Where there's a guy in a bunny suit holding a stack of pancakes.
Oh, okay.
It's like Eli Roth was like, I actually went to art school.
And then as they talk to this person about what's going on, the son takes off the bunny mask, says pancakes, and just grabs the guy's hand and bites it. And the son obviously has some sort of mental issues. I dare say maybe the first point the R word is used in the original is in reference to this guy. And also in the original, the kid had like a full long mullet kind of
He has a
haircut.
blonde, beautiful mullet.
Yeah, it was quite striking and interesting. You're like, oh, what is with this weird kid? And also, he does a backflip and karate in slow motion in the
that's
original.
my kind of movie.
Yeah.
Parkour. Hell yeah.
It doesn't sound real.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I gotta say, the original feels closer to the movies that we actually watch on this show. I was like, man,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
that hits all the points. And this,
They call him Deliverance Kid, I think, in the movie as well.
I mean, a reference to
The movie Deliverance.
Deliverance, Hillbillies in the Woods.
and kids. But
Yeah, a reference to
1980s
children.
classic film. Yeah. So what? These guys, they're out in the bush. They've got no signal. They've got no internet. They're starting to get a bit.
They've got no weed. They've
got
got no
no weed.
Minecraft. They've got no weed.
Oh, that was
I loved
so
that.
funny. That guy saying that. What am I supposed to do without Minecraft? Like, just the worst guy. Also, what I wanted to say is, can you imagine getting it so wrong about one of your friends that you're surprised they bring an assault rifle? I was like, how can you be that wrong about a friend? I was like, this man is, what's the problem with America?
We've all got that one friend who just rocks up to the party with a big gun. And you don't expect him, but he always does it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's bad judgment on my end, but I remember inviting Declan over for dinner once, and it was a nice dinner party thing. And he pulls out fucking like a bag of crystal meth and the needles, and like, when are we doing this? I'm like, it's not really that kind of a thing, man.
I'm like, you said dinner, right?
Yeah. And so now I only see him when we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Keep it
I used to-
professional and
I
business.
used to do an impression of a guy with a lisp who kept saying, I didn't like that party. It was really methy. And people are like, wow, people had meth at that party?
It's a good bit.
Yeah.
What?
Concetta, you do stand-up. Is that a good bit?
I'll take it from you and take it to the stage. I'll let you know how it goes.
How is stand-up going? You're in Sydney, right?
Yes.
you
Sorry,
guys
where are
back
you
on-
guys?
We're in Canberra.
Whoa. Oh my God. I went there once for a gig on a bus and I was like so excited. I was like marveling at your whole state.
Thing.
Loved it. Your whole thing, what you've got going on there.
Do you remember where you played here?
I want to go back.
Yeah, which venue?
Oh my God. So maybe if you know Chris Ryan, is that
Yeah.
where she was in Canberra? I don't even know if she's there anymore. I did this gig
She's
in
there.
like a library or like, it was like in a bookstore.
Smith's.
Smith's Alternative.
Shout out
Yes,
Smith's
that was
Alternative.
so
Yeah.
cool. I think that was it. I had my longest spot at the time was like 15 minutes, and it was like a big deal. And it was such a nice crowd, and I think maybe it was just for one night, so I wasn't there for ages. But I want to come back. Are there more spots to do the gigs?
No, well, they've recently sort of banned comedy from the city.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they locked COVID down, they were just like, and let's not do stand-up, like
Yeah.
open mics anymore.
Fair
No
enough.
one likes it.
It's like,
We
can
held
we
a
stop being
referendum.
funny for 5 minutes, everyone?
It's not everything's a joke, man.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. No, but have you been getting out and
Yes.
doing spots and stuff in Sydney?
Totally, yes, things have come back, but it is slower than you would think because there is a lot of people wanting to go out, and I guess
Right.
venues are sort of opening things up slower. So it's definitely been a slow burn, but can I be honest with you boys? Look, I'm fine having a couple of nights a week to chill out at home, you know? But
Yeah.
I'm both gagging for it, and I also love every second a gig is cancelled or doesn't exist. So that is
Right.
what I live my life
Wow.
like.
Best of both worlds.
You didn't give us a chance to answer whether you could be honest with us or not.
The answer is no, not on this show. It's not an honesty show.
Okay.
we don't edit the podcast, but I think we'll make an exception in this case and take that back. I'm sorry. That's really good that you're able to perform again. I guess it's been a while, but. Back to the film. What even happens? You know, like
the blonde girl gets sick first, right? Oh, she goes swimming in the lake. Remember?
That's
I
right.
don't know if that's what does it.
I think they have to drink the water. That's my understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd think that being bit by a feral kid might be the onset of it, but that guy
He doesn't have
survives
it.
to the
Yeah,
end.
no.
The kid's fine. The kid's fine. The kid doesn't pass it on.
The kid's being funny.
It's like
Leave him
COVID.
alone.
It doesn't affect the kids.
Yeah, that's right.
I think she drinks the water because they do like a shot of the water. I remember next to her
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a point early on where like someone fills up something from a tap and then they walk away from the scene and the camera just lingers on that tap for like 5 extra seconds as if to
Yeah.
say to the audience, get it? The tap.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the water.
Yeah, the
So you
water.
guys know it's the water. The characters don't know it's the water and they won't know for over an hour. And then when someone's proclaiming, it's the water, don't drink the water, we're like, we've known that for so long, so long.
But what I took away from it was like, because you've got the old man who's covered in blood. I think doesn't he runs into the water when he's on fire? And so what I understood,
Well, he just
that
runs
was my
away when
understanding,
he's
is
on
that like
fire.
his body decomposes in the water and then poisons the water supply. But I don't think
but
that's
it turns
right.
out he's not even dead, remember?
Or was that? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just been
Bizarre.
chilling
He
in
does
the lake.
he does the Will Ferrell in Austin Powers, where he's just like, I'm just very badly burned.
That is a great reference. Love that.
We discover that the blonde woman is sick first because
She's
there's
not feeling well. And she's also the purest. Of them.
Yes.
She's the one that feels the worst about. I think she's the only one that doesn't do something to this guy. One of them just going like mental with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
One's
they
got an
smashed-
AR-15.
Yeah. So long story short, the guy who gets the dog exploded on him, he shows up, he's all infected. The goofy guy with the gun shoots him in the leg and makes him run away. The guy, then shows up later that night, knocking on their door, scaring them all. He jumps into their car and tries to drive away, and their response is to just start smashing their own car with a baseball bat.
Shooting out the
They
tires.
finally get him out of the car for some reason. No, it's the blonde girl that throws the lighter fluid on him,
No,
isn't
it's
it?
the brunette girl.
Yeah.
It's the goth
yeah.
girl, of course.
She's
Yeah.
the only thing she brought to defend herself was lighter fluid.
Yeah.
And in the original, they just light him on fire because they're pieces of shit. But in this, he can't do it, and he just drops it on the ground. But it just does the
Yeah.
same thing anyway.
Yeah. So then they burn the guy alive. He runs off. And now it's almost like an I Know What You Did Last Summer movie where the teenagers are like, we killed a guy last night. What do we do about it? Do we tell people? Do we tell the cops? You know, some of them are banged up about it. Some of them are like, nah, he deserved it. And then they all slowly start getting sick. So the blonde girl, and she's also got the main character because he's the nicest guy, because he's the most boring, like non-personality guy. And they're not actually dating. It's important to note that they're just old school friends who have known each other for so long. And then they start talking on the pier where it's like, do you ever just want to like kiss someone you've known for so long? And I'm looking at you, Hayden, as I recite these lines just to see what
Hayden?
happens.
And I just keep saying, after the whole ice incident, no.
Don't come to my house again.
Yeah, it was like kind of tension, but like not believable. I'm like, you two would have fucked if this were real. No two old school friends aren't boning and then just discover on a trip that they might be like, it was bananas crazy.
You set that trip up for that very purpose, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like, and me and my oldest friend who is single and we're both, so close, we'll just hang out in the cabin and see what happens.
For sure.
Anyway, they do start making out and they swim a bit together. And at the same time they're making out, we're cutting to the inside of the cabin where the actual couple, the goth girl and the dark-haired guy,
Going for it.
are having actual sex.
Totally.
Yeah. And I guess that's like the nudity part of this for the teenage boys.
Now, is that a staple in horror?
I was just about to ask that question.
Person.
Yes.
I hate them.
I don't know either.
But it felt like it was like a ticking the box kind of moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's also it's almost a rule that if you have sex in a movie, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Can you just explain sex to me now as well? How does that
So when a woman and a man love each other very much, the woman gets nipple rings and goes goth. Okay, that's as far as I know. Mitch, take it from there. I mean, that's why we got Concetta on the podcast. This is an informative health podcast. Tell us the female how it works.
Yeah, so when we want to have sex, we go and we get our nipples pierced, and then we go get a box dye, and then we wear like chains, and we go goth, and we listen to lots of Avril Lavigne, and then
Wait. Is Avril Lavigne the goth example nowadays?
that's as goth as I can go. I don't.
But yeah, that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
That's a staple thing. Like,
Yeah,
we
in
have
like-
to have the
that
sex
humans have
scene.
sex, yes, and teenagers specifically, yeah.
So in like schlock cinema, B movies from the 70s, drive-ins, you had to secure seats. And a quick way of doing that was
That's a euphemism for
Is this
sex
real?
for everyone.
Is this real?
Yes. Yeah,
Because I was
yeah.
gonna say, like, it felt. I don't know if you agree, but it felt like out of place. It felt like you said, ticking a box, being like, "Here's some raunch." Like, I forgot that movies are like that. I'm too busy watching like Zootopia and Bridesmaids. Like, I forget that you can just like really portray sex in like a sexy way. So that's so interesting to hear that they're like, this is to get people in
Yeah.
to look at it.
That's why I think in the original, why I said, it's better and worse in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's very flawed, but at least that feels a little bit, in world, it's starting to get a little bit dreamy. All the teens are starting to have sex and things are starting to go a little bit wrong. And this is just like, all right, let's show some skin, boys.
Let her rip.
Wow.
Yeah, so that happens. They have sex.
And did that make the movie good or bad at this point for you?
Honestly, I shouldn't have been, but I was kind of watching this whilst working today. And like,
Yeah.
I had
That's
to watch
also
it
a
in
euphemism
parts.
for sex.
Yeah. Well, I'm a sex worker.
Putting in the 9 to 5.
Yeah. No, it didn't.
So
make it,
so you're on like a Microsoft Teams meeting with your boss, and your eyes are just glancing to the side, and you're
That's
going
right.
like,
I get
"Damn,
into
that's
work.
a good scene."
I sit down to work at 8:30 a.m. I join the Microsoft Teams meeting and then sit there for 8 hours straight and then
Yeah.
say, "All right, guys, I've got to go now. Bye." Yeah. No, I was writing documents and doing,
Work
professional stuff.
Yeah, okay, cool.
This is something I was going to ask you. From a female perspective,
Yes.
could you tell that this movie was written by a horny 18-year-old 20 years ago?
Whoa. Was he? Was that? Is that true? He was 18.
Yeah.
So
Well, it would have
this,
been, yeah.
this is. So I think early days he did. He was an assistant for David Lynch, who was
Wow.
signed on to the original movie. But
This is Eli Roth we're talking about.
Eli
here.
Roth, the writer director of the original movie. David Lynch's name has now been scrubbed from all records. You can find like old articles saying that he did it, but I guess he saw it.
Like
was
he produced it or something.
Yeah, but then he probably took his money back.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty, like the original, pretty sexist, pretty homophobic, and not sort of on purpose.
It was 2001. Like that's just what we
That
were
is
like.
what it was like.
Yeah, and I say we, I mean everyone except me. I was like 10 years old. I don't think I was sexist and racist back then.
I was, and I still am. No, oh my god! All I want to say is like I can't tell if it's like from the that it was like a guy. I just couldn't believe it was just what it was. Like I just couldn't believe that it was so clunky. And so when you said that these are with 0 ratings, that helped me be like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like when you compare this to like Get Out or like that one that had that lady who's Australian and she's like, and it's so good, and there's like the decapitation and
Hereditary.
oh my god, you're like, because it's like make it horror, but make it you're thinking, make it surprises you, make it there's layers, and this was just like, this is horror. I just had to watch 4 people get sick and so much
Yeah.
gore and a bunch of random freaks with no like backstory, with no nuance, and like random sex, and like it just felt like the baseline of like, oh, this is like a basic horror where I'm not enjoying watching it. I don't want to know what's happening next. The girls are screaming all the time. The guy fucks the other girl's best friend. It was just like a amalgamation of the worst. I kept saying to bed while I'm watching it, I'm like, please let it end. I hate this movie. I hate this movie. And he was like, stop. And I was like, no, this is my job as a comedian. This is what I have to do.
Was he like, stop? I'm actually enjoying this.
Shut up, you're ruining the movie.
No, well, Ben is like a big pussy. He does not watch any horror movies at all. So he would not look at this. He just had to like watch me sort of squirm through it.
And it is hard to look at. I mean,
Yeah.
Everyone's coughing up blood
Yeah.
fucking 25% of the film.
Like the reason you watch this movie, if you're inclined, is because you're like, I want to see some gore. I want to see some like practical effects of just limbs and lesions, and I want to see some nipple piercings. Like that's the only thing. And then if you that's what you want, you'll be happy with the movie, right? It ticks those boxes. But you're right. You hit the nail on the head because it doesn't have any sort of other level. It's just 5 people slowly get sick, and you know who are creepy? Hillbillies and small town folk. And everyone ends up shooting each other at the end. Yeah. And then everyone dies.
I think what really, really doesn't work about the film for me is like almost from the onset when they first come across this guy who is sick and is covered in blood and gore and he's disgusting and he seems like a threat to them. From like that second, it's like they can't leave. It's sort of like, we should go and get help. We should go and see the police. And they're like, well, we've got one flat tire and the car won't turn on. And then it's just this constant ongoing thing of like, just fucking go home, or like the car's working now. Go, just drive all the way.
Totally.
And it's just, you never feel like they've got a valid reason not to be getting
stuck.
the fuck out of there. Like, no, we should stay here and I don't know, see what happens.
Can I ask you a question? This popped up in the middle of my thoughts in the movie, which I think says that it's like a bad movie because like you, I was like distracted and, wasn't fully invested. I wanted to know, how much do you reckon each of them were paid to do this film? Let's talk ballpark. Like, what are we talking here? 80 grand each? Are we talking more?
This had a budget.
It looked okay, right?
It was well enough shot.
Yeah.
In fact,
but who are these people? Like,
the actors.
They're all nobodies, but I think what's scale for a SAG film? Is it like 60 grand for a feature or something? I feel like it could be 60 grand US.
it's really, how long can you turn this thing around? Because you could probably get away with paying them like $5,000 a day, right? If you do it short, right?
I think if you're in a leading role, you'd get scale. You'd get like, unless you had other credits. I don't know. I don't want to get too
Which
technical.
no one really does.
I'm gonna guess 60 grand.
60,
I think they all got
okay.
paid 60 grand.
Well,
Great.
what about like a nipple piercing bonus or something like
You
this?
do get
She
a
got
nudity
paid more.
bonus.
Yeah.
You would
Okay,
get a
alright.
nudity bonus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I gotta get into films.
And she was nude a lot. Like she died nude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you do like nudity stuff, you have to sign off ahead of time exactly what will get seen, right? So in this, she'd be like, "Yep, my nipple piercings are fine," and then
Just not the nipples.
But then they'd be
Only the
going, "There's
piercings."
going to be a part at the end where you don't have the nipple piercings because you don't have the nipples because they've been
That's
lesioned off."
a scene to talk about. That is where I'm like, a man wrote this.
Yeah.
That shot of the fake nipple, like, God.
Yeah, she's taking a bath and for some reason she's
God.
covered in like she's sick and she's like, I've still got to shave my legs.
No,
So
yeah,
she's
yeah.
sitting there shaving her fucking
hated
legs in the
that.
bath.
Yeah.
And
So-
then,
so
but,
firstly-
no, my most prized possession, my pierced nipple, just fell off, and she's holding it in her hand. Like,
Yeah,
how will
we are
I
jumping forward a
go
little,
on?
but
Sorry.
So after the blonde girl starts to get sick, the other characters, some of them go full quarantine and just go, we need to get her out of here. Like, she's going to infect us all. And other ones are like, no, be nice to her. She's just sick. They're all having this argument, and they're literally saying, like, we should take her to the boat shed and leave and let her be sick there, and we'll try and get help. And then she walks down and just goes, like, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to the boat shed. So she goes willingly. And then they all start to slowly get sick. So the blonde girl has I think she has had sex with the nice guy, right?
Yeah.
no. All right, that's this scene. So
Oh, right.
That's how
yes,
they
okay.
discover that she's
That's how
sick.
they
So
discover.
he
yes.
keeps bringing her water, which every time I'm like, classic. And she's
It's just making it worse.
so she sort of like holds onto his hand and is like, "Don't leave," and is like, "Get into bed with me, spoon me."
Is she sick at this point? She's got like a
She's-
light
Yeah, she's
headache
feeling
or
sick.
something?
That's why she's lying down.
She's
Yeah.
feeling sick. She's got an upset stomach, and it turns into a sweet kind of spooning scene with a bit too much boob grabbing, but okay.
Don't kink shame.
And that transitions into him putting his hand down under the blanket. Now, before I say what happens, in the original, she's asleep.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
No.
And he's more of the nice guy best friend who's a bit like, in the original, he's more of like the loser who's like, nice guys just always finish last. And, you know, I guess trying to get shit going. Anyway, in this, it's uncomfortable, but at least consensual.
Yeah, right.
But when he feels down, he accidentally starts, I guess, fingering her lesions on her legs.
Yes.
Yeah, and she doesn't realize, which seems insane to me. She's like, "Ow, stop! Hang on, stop!" So he pulls his hand down. He's got fucking blood all over his
Yeah.
hand.
He's got like chunks of stuff, right? Like it's sticky.
And suddenly she's like, "Ow, it really hurts now."
Yeah.
She's clearly been bleeding out for a while. Anyway.
Yeah. And you'd think she
Fucking
would know.
horrific.
You would feel it, right? Like you just feel your own thighs getting all sticky. I don't know.
I think that's the first point in the movie where I was like, I was yelling in my room. I was like, no.
Yes, I yelled too.
Just like,
Stop.
Stop it.
it. Rewrite this. Come on.
Keeps going.
So that's how they discover she's sick.
Yeah.
And then they quarantine her. Throw
But
her
is
out.
he just like, is this meant to happen? I've never really touched a girl before.
He's sort of dumb. He's just sort of
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
Yeah. At least he wasn't like, I'll go get you a tampon.
Yeah.
You know, people start doing things that sort of make sense as well, like quarantine her, because clearly she's got the same sickness as the
Honestly,
others.
if I was in a group of friends and someone was sick and one of them stood up and said like, we need to remove them, quarantine them, make sure I'd be like, is this guy a doctor? What? This is awesome. This guy knows what he's doing. But the guy saying that is like the goofy gun shooting gamer guy, the Call of Duty Minecrafter dude.
Go back to Minecraft.
Yeah. Who's also, just a complete piece of shit. But he's kind of right. And, you know, that's the thing. Since this movie's happened, obviously, we've had this COVID thing and we're like, quarantine that person.
Totally.
Get your masks on. Everyone.
Totally.
But I mean, and that's not even with like, what is this? Rabies, leprosy? Sort of a combo.
Pretty much. Yeah. Or does it make the humans go wild? Because it kind of makes the dogs go wild, right?
I think,
started on the dog.
I mean, when we get to the ending, I think, we won't talk about that now, but I think that sort of confirms that there's sort of like a zombie kind of thing going on, like a hunting thing. And also when the guy jumps out of the lake and he's just like a lake monster. Why would he fucking do that?
Because he got burned alive. He's
alive.
like barely survived. He just lay in the lake all night and then popped back out. After the kind of fingering goes.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of fast forward a little bit from here, right? Like they all steadily start getting sick.
Yeah.
All of them have a sort of different perspective on what they should do. You know, one of them's like, one of them takes
Goth
a
boyfriend just goes, I'm out
taking
of here.
12 beers to like some fucking shed down the road. And I'm
Yeah.
staying
What a rad
there.
dude.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. So he goes and does that. And that leaves not boyfriend and goth girl
girlfriend.
to hang out. And the worst line, she says like, man, we're all going to get sick. I just know it. Makes me just want to fuck the first person in sight because I may as well kind of thing.
She goes
It's
like,
so
you know, when you're
dumb.
on a plane and you know it's
That's
going
right.
down and you just want to grab the person next to you and fuck them. And it's just these two left. So they're looking at each other just like I'm looking at Hayden right now. And I'm
Here we
saying,
go again.
That's when I shouted. I was like, come on, are you for real? Your whole body's like, no, these two shouldn't be fucking. No one's happy for you. No one wants this. No one believes this. You're both dirty, dirty dogs and you're bad. And I'm shaming
Every
you.
time I've been like fearing for myself or like in a horrible situation or just having a panic attack, whatever it may be, I'm like,
you whip it out.
the last thing I want to do is have sex. I'm like, I want all of the pain to stop and everything to be okay.
The other
now.
thing is that if she's going like, and you know, it's just us two and we're all going to die eventually, so we may as well have sex. You'd think his first thing would be like, you might want to check your vagina area first because I think that might be the bit that gets hit. So
that's right.
like-
that seems to be where it starts.
Apparently it does.
like I've had a bad experience with that an hour ago, so maybe let's rethink this. But no, they just hook up and have sex straight there, like on the bench, don't they?
And then our fourth guy who's still alive, or I guess
He's going to drink beer.
No. So one guy goes to drink beer, the other two
yeah.
hang out and have sex, and then one of them gets in the
gamer.
car.
Gamer
The
guy.
gamer gets in the car and he's like, "Fuck fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm gonna.
No. Remember, they're talking about moving the blonde girl, like taking her to a hospital or something. And then he's kind of saying, like, I don't want to be in the car with her, but he's also coughing blood on the side. And then one of them goes like, wait a sec, dude, how sick are you? And he's like, and then he just takes the car and drives off. And for some reason, he goes back to the gas station at the beginning, meets the feral boy again.
He yells pancakes again.
Yells pancakes, gets bitten again.
It's like his thing.
And then he goes back. Yeah. Oh, maybe he's trying to get the car fixed or something.
I don't fucking know.
So
should have just kept driving.
He's trying to get the car fixed. He's trying to get some help. And then the kid bites him. And then his dad's like, I already lost one son. And then he's like, we got to hunt them all down.
No, but then he coughs blood like on the kid and stuff, remember?
That's because the kid bites him.
But he like vomits while he's there. And so then the dad's like, oh shit, they're all sick. The dad gets his like 3 dudes that are all just like the scary hillbillies. And they just be like, we're going to hunt this dude down. And they just chase someone through the forest, like with guns.
Don't you feel like this is like so mean to like people who live in small towns? Like, not everyone is like this. They're like, yeah, come on, we've got to murder these people who are sick. Like, that's not happening. That's not real. When you go, they get a bad rap, these people, just because they don't want to live in the city, you know.
Before it gets they get super sick, remember, that's when they go into town. They find this woman who's like cutting up a pig carcass.
Scene.
And she's going like, which was gross as well, just super violent. And she's going like, it's rotten. You can't eat. I'm not eating this pig. Would you eat this pig? These 2 random guys that just walked into my barn. This is, tell them no one's eating the pigs. There's something in the water or whatever.
I loved that scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they get invited into a house and they go, yeah, last night this guy came to our cabin and he was a crazy recluse and we don't know what happened to him, but they burned him alive. And then that's when she's like,
they're like, my crazy recluse cousin?
Yeah, is that this guy in this photo? Yeah, he lives in a cabin out there. And they're like, oh, no, it's not him. We got to go.
That's like 3 Stooges writing, you know? Just really clear cut, like, this, no, and then like run away.
Every hillbilly scene is like, the joke is hillbilly people are fucking weird, right?
So when nice guy throws down with a goth girl, he gives her some good old like Titanic back scratches, and through the window we see that the back scratches are going a little deeper than a sexual back scratch should go, in my opinion. So we therefore know she's getting sick. And very soon after this, she is getting lesions all over her hands and stuff. She does decide to take a bath, and she does pretty much the only scene I remembered from the first Cabin Fever, which is someone with lesions shaving their legs in the bath, and with each swipe of a shave, more skin is coming off, more blood is gooping.
To me, that says like women be shaven. That's like what the writer's like. This will hit for women.
Yeah.
It's like what do women do when they're sick?
They shave.
How they take care of themselves.
Yeah, a bit of TLC. Oh, just all of it. Like, it's so funny because I was talking about horror movies recently when you asked me, you were like, do you watch horror movies? I haven't seen one in a long time. And to everyone, I was like, horror movies are so fun. Like, you get to watch them with friends and you love it. And all my friends, my best friend, my boyfriend, they're like, no, like, why do you want to do this to yourself? It's just so scary. And watching this, I was like, what the fuck have I been saying? Like, this is... I felt sick. Oh, this is the thing I want to tell you. Okay. My snack of choice is eating a block of Kit Kat chocolate. Love a block of Kit Kat chocolate. The family size, you know. Love it, love it, love it. I felt sick from the beginning of this film. That this movie turned me off, that I couldn't eat my chocolate. And boys, there's literally no way that could happen. That does not happen to me. I could eat chocolate anywhere at any time. But this made me feel so sick. I thought I was like eating flesh. I had to stop. That's how this movie made me feel so uncomfortable. So not fun. I was like, they're right. This sucks. Like this was not.
I was starving when I first put it on because it was like lunchtime. And I just made myself a delicious cheese toasty. And I was eating it. It was flesh.
Yeah, did you feel that too?
The exact same thing, and I felt sick, and I turned it off to finish my sandwich, but it, still had the residue of like
cheese and tomato, and the tomato's leaking.
Stop. Oh my god, I'm feeling sick.
And probably the worst of it is we're saving money a little bit around the house at the moment.
You can't be throwing.
Are you familiar with Devon?
Oh,
There was some Devon on there, and Devon's this pink, fleshy, gross, like soft, like spam.
Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck,
Anyway.
yuck, yuck.
Wow, all right. So it turned you guys off your meals. That's a shame.
It sucked.
Why?
Yeah,
Did you
no,
guys
I-
love it? What's going on in your world?
No, no.
You're like eating a lasagna, eating a fresh chicken. What's going on?
I was standing with a beer. I was like, because I can't, when I cringe, I don't want to walk away, but I don't want to put my hand on my face. So slowly it's just turned into this sort of Jerry Seinfeld routine of walking back and forth going, no!
But I don't want to have a lesion.
Don't drink the water again!
Great impressions.
Who told you to drink the water?
But like, yeah, I think because I'd seen the original, and the original is sort of, it is fun. They have like banjo music with and all, it feels like all the hillbilly scenes, they're dressed like, you know, like a sketch character would dress up a hillbilly.
Yeah.
And there's all this weird shit where they've got like a slow motion mullet kid doing karate and then
Yeah.
fighting him. You know, like it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I ask another question? I know I'm like derailing your podcast, but I want to know this. How much of this movie and of the original do you think was supposed to have comedy in it? Like, how much of the, like, didn't you feel like there were moments where, like, this is the funny line, this is,
Yeah.
laugh at this, but, like, but it was so bad I couldn't tell if they were trying to be funny or they weren't. What is your opinion on this?
I did kind of laugh at the gamer guy lines because
Yeah.
Every
It's
time
just
they mentioned
annoying.
gamer or game related things, like when the girl like shot near the dog
That's
and they
right.
turned to her and she's like, "What? I have two brothers. Also, I'm a gamer too."
yeah, that's right. That's sick. I liked
Like-
that.
I laughed, but then there's things like I don't know, just the original had more like shitty jock jokes,
Right.
and sort of like clearly a douchebag writing it, but it's still like fun. And, you know, the ending's a little bit more like tongue in cheek in the original, which we'll get to here. But I think, so the story with this movie is that they took the original script, which doesn't make sense because there's all this stuff about like cell phones and no internet and game.
Yeah. I think they gave it just a quick update. Just quick,
Yeah.
like, how do we make it today instead of 15 years ago? But everything else is the same.
But essentially, it's the original tone that Eli Roth wanted. So he came on and produced, and because Eli Roth makes horrible decisions all the time.
So was he hands-on? Was he active in this, or did he just let him?
produced the entire thing because this guy were like brown-nosed up to him, was like, "Eli Roth, the original script was actually really bad. I was like, I want to make that." And he was like, "Yeah, dude. That's
That's a
fucking
great
sick."
impression of Eli Roth.
It's almost like Mitch was
point.
there.
That's right.
I was the guy.
That's cool, man. Good on you. I think similarly to God, I have such wank to say sometimes. I think similarly to the sex scene, that isn't there a genre of horror movie that is sort of like, it's dumb. There's a sex scene here, exactly what it's
Yeah.
meant to be. It's meant to be kind of funny. Like I sort of got a little bit of that vibe from it. Like it was sort of, you know, obviously it's meant to be a stupid movie that doesn't really make sense, and you're sort of just getting your kicks off the adrenaline of it. And
And that's where the original is really, it's an homage to like Evil Dead. You know, there's a lot of POV of the dog chasing people and
there any
you know, the
POD?
cabin. There's a bit of
what was their song again?
That was their era, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The
it was.
2002.
it was.
Boom! Here comes the boom.
But it was really just like every idea of like, it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because it's at a lake, but it's also Evil Dead.
Because
It's-
they're in a cabin.
And it's also Deliverance because of all the hillbillies.
Yeah.
So it's all of these things that make sense for the original movie.
Yeah.
And then you got this, where they've got all the bones of it and they just sort of clean it up.
yeah.
It felt like the Evil Dead remake, except instead of someone's like dream, they were like, let's just make it like boring.
Yeah.
But not so boring that you can like relax because you got to make it uncomfortable.
I could almost imagine like the Europeans making it in like a very kind of bleak grey version that just has that cold, like
'cause it's
Scandinavian
bleak.
way. Because this looked really nice, and it's like, especially the early stuff, it's all like golden hour and they're out on the pier looking at the lake. And then as it goes on, you're like, this is just a movie about 5 people with an infectious disease that kills you within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Coughing blood, getting lesions, and then just dying. And you're like, that's not. And then, of course, the one guy who gets away, who decides, like, he betrays all his friends, goes, fuck you, I'm out of here. You guys are on your own. I don't want anything to do with this. He comes back at the end when everyone's dead, and he's just like, I made it. I'm still alive. And then just gets shot in the head by a cop
That's
who's been
right.
told to clean it all
Who
up.
looks like a porn star. Again. What?
What
She
the hell
was
was
weird.
even that character though? Like she rocked up the day after the first death, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm here to help, but also I think you should stay here and fuck
party
that
with
chick
me."
because she looks pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
no.
hot."
Yeah.
She's like, are you guys going to party? I like to party. And
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
And then they run into her in the woods later, hanging out with some
Partying
couple
with
who's
two
it's
other
just-
weirdos.
She didn't
Yeah.
make
Didn't make any sense. I feel like these characters were misleading. Their purpose was to be like, is this what the bad thing is? Because she has a scar. This is but like, why was she flirting with him? Why was she being like obsessed with party? It's like, were you just a lonely girl who's never been to parties and you're like thinking this is how people talk? Or like, again, all the characters, like the weird pig lady and the boy, it's like, is this the thing for a horror movie? Is this it? And then no, it's the most boring answer of all. It's the water.
I think I get it, because imagine you're a small town police officer. You're like the only person on the force, right? Every time you go to one of these wonderful like hillbilly campfire parties where people are drinking and fishing or whatever, they see you and they go like, oh, let's stop the party. And you're like, no, hey, it's fine. I don't want to be the party people. Everywhere I go, I'm closing parties down. Who wants to party with me? And so,
I
yeah, she
see.
ends up just partying at a campfire with like 2 random people.
It's like the principal rocking up to the school party. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm not on the job tonight, boys.
Yeah.
I like beer just as much as any old.
Well, she's one of the biggest deviations from the original.
Yeah.
Only in that the original is like a creepy guy with like a mustache who's like, you like to party? And then like the girl comes out and is like, go in there and do a shot. And then he says some like really gross stuff about her. Just sort of, you know, he and when you like when he runs into him in the woods, he's like drinking with underage kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And
And that
you
does
know,
make more sense that you would have like a socially awkward cop character who
Rather than
wants
a
to kind of be
porn
invited to the
star
party.
sheriff who has a
Yeah.
weird cut around her eye.
Yeah.
What's your deal?
So I was like, oh yeah, they make a point of her like taking her glasses. Does she wink at him or something? Like why?
think
We
so.
see an extreme close up of her eye, and she has this kind of weird scarring underneath it. And I'm immediately like, oh, does she have the disease? Does she
Yes.
start the disease?
Yes.
Why? Do we know why she has the scar? Is that
no, that is
No.
never mentioned.
There's a lot of
Doesn't make
superfluous
sense.
I think they put it in just to normalize it. They were like, women are beautiful of all different scars and stuff. So I actually related
That's
to that
right.
part a lot.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you took something away from it.
Can we talk about the dog?
yeah? Let's go.
One of the few things that we haven't actually touched on, weirdly, is so there's an early scene where this guy called Grim, like the Grim Reaper.
No, what's the point in that, guys? Just all the characters that could have
He
not
was a
been in this
character that was
film.
played by Eli Roth, and they'd made him a big part of the lore for some reason. Anyway, so his dog gets sick and is sort of like just lurking around the grounds for a while, and they're shooting at it and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of shooting like an automatic rifle or an assault rifle or whatever at this dog, even before it's like super sick. Just to be like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
And they're constantly like, well, what about the dog? You can't go out there. It's like, it's just a fucking dog. Like, what do you mean? I mean, it gets a lot grosser later in the
Yeah.
film, but at this point, it's just like, I think I'll be okay. I can hit a dog in the head with a stick. I mean, I've done it before, and I kind of like doing it.
Oh, God.
So I can't remember what our nice guy protagonist, whatever that guy is, he's fucked off somewhere, and the girl is essentially falling apart in the bathtub. It's full of blood at that point,
Oh, yeah.
like black blood.
Yeah. That's after she's shaving, right?
Yeah.
And it just goes from her shaving and being like, oh, God, to just I am bathing in blood.
Yeah. And so I'm not sure what her plan is.
It's run outside naked.
She runs outside like holding clumps of skin.
Her nipples have fallen off.
And I don't remember that at all from the original. Don't think it's a thing. And essentially she drops to her knees and sees the dog sitting in front of her and she's like...
She falls face to face with the dog and she does one of those like anime split screen face-offs with the dog who is really snarling. The dog has gone rabid with the infection and she's lost all hope and she's just yelling, "Do it! Do it!" Which also the blonde girl did similar, or maybe that happens after, but that one's even
That
worse.
happens right after.
People begging for death. The old kill me.
There's a lot of that.
Now, Concetta, could you possibly take us through when our main character gets back to the camp, sees what's happened, and then meets up with his, I guess, love interest in the shed, who's gotten quite sick at this point.
Oh yeah, because I was so confused because she drops off. I don't remember what happens to her. We're focusing on the other girl, but then she's screaming. Right, you hear the screaming from in the cabin.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh my god!" And then he opens it up, and I don't know what's happened to her. She's just worse. Or
No, did the dog get in there? He shoots the dog. He shoots the dog.
The dog, I think the dog ate her up a bit,
Oh.
but didn't.
yeah, big sorry. Yeah.
So the dog eats the goth girl who honestly consented to being eaten, and then the dog gets into the boat shed with the blonde girl, the original sickie.
And then, she's like, "Kill me," right? And then all I remember is the most awful scene with the fucking shovel. Like,
It doesn't.
Okay, so he has a gun. This is the thing. He has the gun, and he goes. He's just shot the dog. He tries to shoot her, but there's no bullets left, right? Like
That's right.
it clicks.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh God." And so he picks up the closest thing, which is a shovel, and he decides, "I'm gonna shovel this poor my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, through the head to put her out of her misery." And he does, which is bad enough.
I'm sorry that I'm laughing so hard in this. It just, I was amazed at this scene.
Yeah.
But it doesn't kill her. She's still alive, and she's like gurgling blood and choking on it and just being like,
Try again.
yeah, round two,
And
please.
so he can't bring himself to do it, so he lights her on fire. And then
So
you just
then he
hear
covers
shrieking.
her in gas
Yeah.
and then sets her on fire, and she's screaming for a full minute.
Yeah, that's so
I'm like,
much worse.
You had a shovel. Just hit her. Hit her.
You did it once, just once more, and you've made it so much worse. That's a. I mean, it's already failed, so it's not a quick and easy kill.
But how hard is it to kill someone with fucking leprosy?
I don't know. I've never done it. I'm sorry.
But to burn her alive as he like stands in the corner, flames behind him, and she's just screaming for a minute. That was horrendous. And it reminded me
Horrific.
of, they do a similar thing in Hostel, which is an Eli Roth movie from a couple of years after Cabin Fever, where this woman has had her face all blowtorched and it's horrible, and her eye is just kind of hanging and he decides to like help her by chopping the eye off to be like, I'll get this eye off.
Forget about hostel. That sounds hostile.
And then, but they do the same thing where it's like, I'm helping you by doing this horrible thing. He chops the eye off, and then it takes a beat, and then it just, pus just comes, like pours out of it. It's disgusting. And that's what I felt like with this. But yeah.
That was a better movie.
I thought you liked horror films.
Yeah.
What are you
I
whinging
know.
about?
I think I'm reneging on that. I don't. I want to just watch happy films like Bridesmaids. I don't want this.
Don't worry. Most of them are fun. You
Yeah.
know. I think that that's why this is a 0%er, because I can't see a horror fan having fun. It's not a date night movie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and it's not scary either. It's
Yeah.
just like
just
gory.
sad.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
just gory. It just
Sad.
makes you want to watch a good horror movie. Like I remember the feelings I felt for Hereditary. That one, like Creep or something, like more nuancey. I'm still too scared to like watch The Ring, like those real big classics, or like the Wolf one, or the Hills Have Eyes. Like I should really watch the classics. I've just watched a bunch of random ones, and now this one, which really thumps to the bottom of the list.
Yeah, well, it having 0% means not a single critic gave it a positive review.
Oh,
so
good. Yeah.
that's what the 0% means. And I can kind of see why it deserves that, because it just doesn't really have many redeeming qualities. It just feels like a mean movie. Like everyone in it is a piece of shit.
You certainly
They all
don't like anyone.
die
You don't-
slowly
yeah.
and horribly.
Yeah.
And just make things worse. But burning someone alive as like the method of mercy
Yeah.
makes no
Like,
sense. That's
please
going to be
kill me. All right. What's the most
the longest
excruciating way I can do that for you?
excruciating way? Yeah.
Totally. You know what I kept thinking? I was like, imagine, you know, my podcast with Lauren Bonner. I was like, imagine I did this to Lauren. Like, imagine, literally put your fucking self in this situation. Like, for any girlie who's watching this being like, imagine this is your girlies. Imagine you have to fucking hit your best friend with a fucking shovel and then light her on fire. Like, literally just take a second to sit with that. You would never be the same. And this is what we're watching here. That's, you know what I mean? Would you still do the podcast? Maybe you will. You're very dedicated. You do like a lot of work, but it would change the dynamic of the podcast if like two of you are dead and there's just one left, you know?
Yeah, I think there's only a few things worse than that. One of them bringing ice to a dinner party.
He's never going to let you live
Yeah.
that down, buddy.
Yeah, well, you should have been clearer. You just meant like pick up a bag of ice from the petrol station.
That's
We're having
correct.
cold drinks.
That's
And I was
correct.
like, "Oh."
Sorry.
I mean, I know an ice dealer down at the petrol station.
I'll be more explicit next time. Wait, there won't be a next time.
I do want to see you and Lauren talk about like who could shovel the other one and then burn them alive if they needed to.
I bet we'd both be like, we'd both do it. We could do it easily. No, it'd be horrible. It'd be so bad. But that's something
Yeah.
to think about.
And so from this point on, the three hillbillies that are chasing they're chasing the gamer guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jason Gamer Boy.
So he's running through the woods. People are getting lit on fire. The two girls have died. The hillbillies come up to the gamer guy comes back to the campsite and he finds the main guy right after he's burned him alive. And he's
Yeah.
all scared and he's just like, dude, they're coming. They're coming right now. They're going to kill us all. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? Boom. He gets shot. The three guys have come. They're shooting people up. Do you remember how it ends though? The three guys are like aiming a gun at him, but he gets the gun from the guy who just
he gets the
killed the
machine
dog
gun.
and stuff. Yeah,
Which we
And
know is out of bullets.
it's out of bullets, but he reloads it or something. And the guys with the gun, the three hillbilly guys are basically like, well, you got the safety on, man.
that's
What you got to do is just turn that lever. And he's like, oh, thanks a lot, man.
That's small
Does
town, nice
Yeah.
cities.
They weren't so bad after all.
Can I say before the ending, this was my favorite line. The best line is, I can't remember what has happened, but like his car breaks down. Maybe it's just before he gets shot. And I've written it down. He says, can I get a fucking break here?
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, okay, that's me when like one small bad thing happens in my day, let alone a weekend where you've mass murders, you're like being attacked. I just thought that was so funny. That scripted line, can I get a fucking break here? This man cannot.
There were a number of great lines like that. I'm sorry to just suddenly change direction on this podcast, but Morgan, the missing member, is calling in.
Yeah.
So let's see if he's got something to.
Oh my god.
Hey mate, are you there?
Are we live?
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
What is this?
This is our podcast.
What is this movie?
Oh, it's called Cabin Fever, my friend. You can watch the 2002 original or you can catch up on the 2016 remake.
Okay. Give me a quick elevator pitch.
Well, we're literally in the last few minutes of the pod, so I feel like anyone who's listened this far will not want to hear us go again.
Just disrespectful, you know?
Do it again. Do it again. Real quick, just for me.
5 teenagers go to a cabin in the woods and get a flesh-eating disease that slowly kills them.
Okay. 4 out of 10.
All right,
see you
we'll put
next
that on
time,
the
mate.
record.
Cool. Great. Okay. The movie does end with the final remaining soldier. I'm calling. By the way, they're all soldiers. Did I mention that at the start of the film? They're all in
But the gamer's got the 3 hillbillies on him and he shoots all 3 of them.
That's correct. Yes,
No, the gamer gets shot by the hillbillies. Our nice
it doesn't
guy
matter. The
shoots.
3
Anyway.
hillybills get killed because they teach him how to use the gun, and he
Yeah.
kills them all with it.
And then he dies as well.
And then the guy who pissed off with the 12 beers comes back after a fantastic night, just hanging out by himself.
he would have been hearing dog
That's
barkings, screaming,
Fires.
fires, multiple gunshots. comes back in, sees this bloodbath campsite, just everybody's dead.
And he does. Oh, it's the worst acting.
Yeah, puts his arms in
he's
the
like,
air.
oh my god, this is horrible. And then like his cry slowly turns to a laugh.
Yeah.
This maniacal laugh, and he's like walks away from the. He's looking real proud of himself, and he's like, I was right. I was right. I was right. And then he looks down at his hand, and there's a tiny little bit of like it's like ringworm
starting.
on his hand.
It's
It's like,
starting.
oh no! And then bang, he gets shot by the sheriff who was been instructed to kill anyone who comes out of that.
Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah.
And I'm really unfulfilled
Yeah.
sexually, but that's a completely different story. No, I'm really unfulfilled by the film because I kind of like. So I'm not a big horror guy, and I've spoken about this before about how like I find these films, even though they're really bad, way more engaging than a lot of the horrible films we've watched before because they at least get my adrenaline going a little bit. I'm kind of like
they make you tense.
yeah. So I'm getting some kind of like excitement out of it at least, which I don't get out of my sexual life. But again, that's for another time. Sorry. Anyway, I really wanted an answer.
Yeah.
I wanted like, all right, now the movie's over. What's in the water? What's the backstory?
yeah.
What's the deal?
Like the end of Contagion, where it
I know,
goes.
I haven't
So
seen it.
Contagion is a movie that's basically it's like people get a
Pandemic.
COVID type virus, and it goes through the world and it kills a lot of people. And then at the very end, it just shows you like exactly how it started, and it's like. I don't know, like a bat bites a pig,
Okay.
and then the pig droppings, and it just shows you in this market, and then it
okay.
goes, and it's like
would have loved something like that.
Agree.
But you don't. You get two really strange. I don't know if you guys kept watching post credits, but because I wanted my answer, right?
Yeah.
You get two really strange, much like my sex life, but that's another matter. You get rule of three. I did it. You get what are the two scenes?
One
you
of
get
it-
one scene
the
where
body bag or something?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
people
yeah,
being
body
zipped
bags.
up,
Yeah.
ambulances and stuff.
Which
Yeah,
doesn't make sense because one of the girls' heads is in the bag. I'm like, the entire body got eaten.
yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
I feel like there was another scene, but then you also get a scene of like just a random woman lying on her bed going through Facebook,
Yeah, that
and she
was
comes
fucking-
across photos of
the
these
trip.
5 like that uploaded from their phone of the trip, like
yeah.
like here's us in the car
They
beforehand.
did make a point early on where they were like, "There's no signal here, but I'm still going to take photos, and they'll
still gonna be
upload like
posting,
when
yeah.
they can, kind of thing."
And she's sitting on her iPad smiling, swiping through all these photos. And then suddenly she starts seeing photos of them all gored up and
Yeah.
disgusting and photos of like the guy shoving an axe or shoving a spade into her face and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
How
and
are
she's
you
like,
taking photos at that
"What?"
point?
Yeah.
And she drops her iPad and I don't.
But it's like, who is this? Is this meant to be like someone's cousin? Is it just a friend who was
And
like,
it
"Oh, my
adds
friends are on
more
a trip"?
questions because it's like, so wait, the water evaporated into the air and took photos with a magical like. What? Just tell
that
me
what you took from that?
No, I didn't take anything from it. But I'm looking for
Is
an
that the
answer of
cloud?
like what is the thing in the water? What? It can be supernatural. It can be anything. But as soon as you're
Has to
like,
be something.
there's some weird thing in the water and it makes your flesh fall off. But also it has some super magical powers where it can take photos
Yeah.
without a camera and upload them to the cloud when there's no cell reception.
There's
Raised more
just
questions.
no way she was continuing to take photos as she devolved into death
Certainly
through
not.
this disease.
Well, they did show a picture of the shed, and she was taking photos in there.
Oh, I remember they had a shot of the flashing, and we were like, "What
Oh, that's what that
the
was.
hell
Okay.
was that?" You know what? It's so funny listening to this. I'm like, should I go back and watch that to confirm what
No.
you were saying? And
Everyone always
I'm
thinks
like,
that.
No, I actually have no want or interest. I'm literally going to delete this film from my computer and my brain, and I don't need to clarify anything. No more.
It is a nice little treat when I start to run out of like room on my hard drive on my laptop, and I'm like, "Fuck, I need some space." Then I go to my downloads folders, and it's like 20 fucking
Yeah.
0%ers. I'm like, "Oh, thank God!" Just straight into the bin.
Yeah.
Well, there's one more ending, which was
After the
What's the other
Facebook
one?
ending.
No. I think before this
There
that
was
we
another
didn't
one.
cover. The nice guy runs into the woods, runs into the lady cop with the scar, and she is drinking with the kids.
yeah.
And she's like, instead of shooting him on sight, says, You go.
No, but she's
that's right, yeah.
he's all bloody and he's like, let me get out of here. And then she gets a call on the radio from the sheriff or whatever. And he's like, yeah, there's some kids down there. They're sick. They're all shooting each other. If you see any of them, just shoot them. And he's like right there. And it's like, oh, what's going to happen? And he just screams at her. I can't remember what he says.
Well, they attack him with a guitar, but then he hits the girl with a guitar.
Wrong guy with the guitar. Oh, it's so stupid. But then he runs off. Like he's allowed to leave.
Yeah, she says there's a road that way, but then he finds out there was no road.
It's just the forest. He's in the forest at night going, no, this isn't the way.
And the last you see of him is him sitting up against the tree, nearly about to die. And then the little kid with the bunny mask
Pokes its head
shows
out.
up behind him, which is why I think it's like a zombie.
And then you just have more fucking questions.
Yeah.
So many
What's the deal with the kid? What's the deal with the fucking guy who had weed? What's the deal with the photos? So wait, you're saying that you did see photos being taken from within that
Yeah, they definitely had a shot where it's a shot of the cabin and you see the flash of a camera. You don't see her take photos, but you see like the light of what it looks like when there's a flash. And I remember being like, what does that mean? Like at this point, you're asking questions every single second about what everything means. So I didn't like take any more notice than everything else. But now you've said that, they're trying to imply that she was taking photos while she was dying.
She was journaling.
I have less questions now. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think that the water can take photos of people.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
That's good.
And if I'm speaking at my own personal experience, my girlfriend takes a lot of photos for no reason. She's always got her phone out. Everything's documented, so that makes sense.
Sure.
You have a girlfriend? What a brag. Okay, had to get that in there.
How many times have you mentioned your boyfriend tonight?
Yeah.
So true.
He was stretching for us before. Come on. We saw that sick bod.
True.
Well, I think we've
did it,
touched
thankfully.
pretty much everything in the movie. Should we go through any of our favorite moments and then
Should we
give
go
a
through it all
rating?
again from the start?
Let's just go again.
let's
Let's
really-
go
let's
again.
Let's get Morgan on the call and go through it from the script. Yeah, we usually like to do a little, just kind of wrap up your final thoughts, maybe give it a score out of 10. Just remember, to get a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes, you just have to have less than a 6 out of 10. So a 5.9 is technically rotten, a 59% in Rotten Tomatoes, because the Eternals that just came out was teetering on 60 to 59, and people are like, Marvel's finally got a rotten movie. But I think it's pretty clear.
Those sound like really cool people as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they sound.
Would they be a good hang?
Yes, they would. A good hang upside down like Spider-Man. Let's just get back on
That
track.
shouldn't have got me.
You've just proven they would not.
Mitch, give us your final thoughts on Cabin Fever 2016.
Well, can I mention one more scene from the original? Because
Should we let him?
is that
Concetta, do you
No,
want
I
Is
wasn't
that cool?
listening.
Yes, I'm gonna let
Generally
it.
just tune out when Mitch talks.
there was an N-word joke.
in the original?
It's very they allude to it in this one when she picks up the fox piss. She's looking at the jar and she's like, "I wouldn't touch that. That's fox piss. That's you'll get humped by everything."
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
I remember.
in the original, it's her being like, "What is this?" And like, "That's fox piss. What's it for?" "That's for the foxes." And then when they ask, "What's that for?" and they point to the gun because he's a hillbilly.
He says it's
He
for the
says
N
for the
word.
N-words.
Okay, yeah, wow.
So the end of the movie, a hip hop song starts playing,
Yep.
something of ludicrous kind of,
Wait, in the
it's-
one we just watched?
No, in the original.
Right, good.
And he
gonna
looks out
say.
the window, sees them, grabs the gun, is getting it all ready. Everyone walks into the store and he's like, "Here you go." And he gives them the gun. Like, it's this so stupid. I mean,
I didn't follow
Yeah,
that.
I didn't follow it, yeah.
The gun, it was a gift for black people.
Oh, that's funny.
So you
when they
think-
come in, you
yeah.
think that he's shooting
Except that
Yeah.
why would
because
you
he's a
call them
racist.
that?
Exactly. And so the original is more along the lines of they just dump a body in the river and everyone in the town covers it up and then they drink the lemonade from the river in it all. So it's still bleak, but pretty fun.
Crazy
But this one,
that movie sounds better than this horrible movie.
I think it is.
It
I think it
sounds
is.
way better.
hard to recommend.
Yeah.
and dated, and also it's hard because almost everything that happens is virtually the same. So if you've seen this new one, there's probably no point in going back. But if you're going to watch one of them, probably watch the original.
No,
Yeah.
wait a
'cause in
minute.
the original-
Does the other one have the 0% rating? So it doesn't,
No.
and
Hell
that's
no.
why we can't watch it. For God's sake.
This was one of the most popular
Legally, you can't watch it.
movies of the time. But I think, it was just like made independently. So it's got all those weird choices, but
It has 2 sequels as well. There's
And
a
it has
Cabin
2
Fever
sequels,
2
yeah.
and 3. So
Oh my God. Movies like this make you be like, so it must be easy to crack Hollywood, right? Like, if you can write this garbage.
in 2002, it was easy.
Yeah.
Now it's tough.
Totally.
How many movies did you get greenlit in 2002, motherfucker?
Well, again, I was about
So
10 years
easy.
old, so
Yeah, that's no excuse.
that's a brag. I'm only 30, guys.
That one does sting a bit, actually.
So this is a hard one to rate. I think it's a fair thing to just go with like 2.7. It's not quite a 3, but it was well made. And you know what? Let's go 3.3.
Sure, let's.
I love it when he talks himself into something.
I'm just like, well, it wasn't that bad, but it was awful, and I'll never watch it again. 2.7.
Concetta, do you want to go next? Do you want to give us your final thoughts and a score out of 10?
My final thoughts: hated it, loved it. Not a part. I
Not on your
enjoy-
experience coming on the podcast, just on
No.
the film itself, please.
No, that's the opposite. Loved it, obsessed. Have me back anytime you want. I would get. My brain went to 0 out of 10, and then if I talked myself into being nicer, I'd say 1. But that's the limit for me. 1.
Okay. We can take that. Do you have any favorite moments? Any things that you were like,
Was there anything that tickled your pink?
I appreciate that sounds gross.
Not
Anything I
yeah.
appreciate.
Oh, okay. This is actually crazy to say, but you know the guy who is like the handsome, we said the most boring, basic guy who was originally with the blonde girl. One of his that first scene when they start to make out in the bed, like it was hot. Like it made me be like he was hot and I felt
Yeah.
hot, and then it all fell
Nice.
apart very quickly. But that is the one saving grace where I was like, "Fuck, do I have to Google this guy and sort of see what is going on here?" But that's it for me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can take that. So you're going 1 out of 10.
Yes.
All right, we can accept that. Hayden?
Look, I think purely because of the adrenalometer was right up there around 5. I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah.
Again,
Wow.
it's just honestly, these movies are so unengaging, and I guess the
definitely
idea
is
of watching
engaging.
someone fucking get all gored up is. Whilst I don't enjoy the sensation, it's certainly engaging more than fucking Wagons East, which is just a piece of shit. Also, there's a line, or there's like a tag at the end of that line about the guy being a gamer. So when they first arrive at the cabin, he's like, no Wi-Fi, no COD, no Roblox, no whatever the fuck he says, no Minecraft. And then one of them says, I guess you've just got to go to gamer rehab. He's like, I don't want to go to gamer rehab. I don't know. I just liked that line. So actually it's a 10 out of 10.
We cannot accept that score. I'll put in Morgan's 4 as we
Yes,
talked
we
about
got a
earlier.
text message from Morgan just then with a very annoying photo of himself looking pleased with himself with a 4 out of 10. You can have a little look at
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't have many thoughts. Definitely see the first one. I haven't watched it since probably I was 15, so it's probably dated terribly as well.
It's garbage.
Not
but it's
not
fun
unlike me
garbage.
in my younger years.
Yeah.
But that's for another matter.
Yeah, look, if you're looking for just a movie where like annoying teenagers die horrific deaths, which I know that there are people out there that like that kind of thing. I guess they're called boomers. Am I right? These bloody teens. They should be
More boomer material. Go.
they should be the ones watching horror movies. There are definitely better movies to watch. So yeah.
I got a horror movie for you. Negative gearing. You know what I'm saying? That's a bit of a.
I love this
Just
boom
the
again.
housing market right now is a bit of a horror show.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to give it a 5.1.
Wow.
Just below Stolen.
Always gotta do me.
I actually
one
found
better
this.
than me, don't you?
Yeah, I found it watchable. I finished my Kit Kat. I ate my toasty. It was all good.
Right. What's the highest
craving
movie
Kit Kat
you've
now.
rated? Like, what have you? Is there ever been a 10 for a movie you've seen?
Oh, not on this list.
No.
Not a 10. I
No.
think Mitch might have given a 7. Definitely 7s and
Wow,
maybe
7.
an 8.
I
Wow.
gave
Eight to
8
that stupid fucking Eddie Murphy film.
I gave 8 to Highlander 2. Highlander
Yeah.
2 was sick though.
Awesome.
I really liked the first film we watched was the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive.
Yeah, it was dope.
I really liked
You
that.
gave
one.
that a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah,
That's-
but I think you changed it like
I
every
kept updating it. Yeah, because
consecutive
every time I
week.
saw another good-ish movie, I had to put Staying Alive just above it.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
The highest I've given here was a 6, and that was for a 90s comedy movie called Problem Child,
Awesome.
which was just like kind of funny. Like it was a guy who directed all
probably
Adam
our first
Sandler's
watchable
movies.
ones, yeah.
Yeah. And we'd come off about 5 or 6 like unbearably hard movies to
Police
watch.
Academy 4.
Yeah. Like this movie is a little bit boring, and if you're not into gore, then
yeah.
you'll definitely hate it for sure. But it was watchable to me. Like I didn't pause it. I just smashed through it.
I just think that if I was to give Cabin Fever a score, it's going to be a 6 at the highest. And if I did anything close to that, I would feel really bad because it's not a good movie. But this was
Right.
like the Greek yogurt version of what the fuck was this movie called? Cabin Fever.
Oh yeah.
Greek yogurt
The
version
Chobani.
of ice cream. Is that?
Yeah, I guess.
okay.
And that's my ice cream.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Why
straight
do you
5.
hate the Greeks so much?
Yeah,
What's the deal?
What they did to Turkey? I gotta look up if that's correct.
and Mitch, unrelated. What do you think of Italians? Just randomly.
I just wish they'd invite me to dinner a bit more. You know what I'm saying?
I'll let them know. I'll talk to some people.
Well, that about wraps us up. We've gone for an hour and 20 minutes or something crazy.
Wow.
We've completed another episode. Concetta, you're on the list, the Hall of Fame. Our
is your
special
victory
guests that have come and watched a movie to the end.
Thank you.
Come on the podcast, given us your rating. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Okay, first off, thank you for having me. It was so fun. 2, yes, listen to my podcast. It's called Big Natural Talents with Lauren Bonner. I mean, I don't know when this comes out. I have a show coming up November 18th, 19th, 20th at the Factory Theatre that you can see me. It's called Funny as Sin.
And you'll be doing the methy joke at that show. Is that right? Did we agree on that?
Bet. And I'll do it every night, whether it gets laughs or not,
Yeah.
because I love the joke and it means something to me. So come for that alone.
Sounds good. That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
Whose podcast is better, ours or yours?
Oh, don't do that to me.
How many listeners do you have right now? Go.
Do you really want the answer? No.
No, it'll make us sad.
No,
Yeah, we
no.
can't afford to
It's
hear
a,
that.
It's a cajillion. That's how many we
Oh,
have. I
that's
know.
cool. Yeah, we got half of them.
See,
Yeah.
that still hurts because I know it's over 1,000. Like that still hurts. But yeah, the three of us are glad to come on your show anytime.
Yeah.
Tell you all the celebrity goss we've got.
Yes, we will. We absolutely should. You got to
Yeah,
get all
thanks,
the goss.
thanks for the invite. So when are we doing this? Let's lock this down now before we stop recording.
I know they come out on Tuesday, but when do you record? That's what we need to know.
That's so true. We record on Tuesday as well. I mean, I would get you in. Lauren's the one we've got to talk to, and she won't.
as
She
always,
won't
there's
talk
always a
business
gatekeeper.
outside of business hours. You know, we've got to let the girlies rest their minds.
Yeah. Well, we had Lauren on this show, and we made her watch some.
What did she watch?
She watched the Charlie Sheen political
Shadow
conspiracy
conspiracy.
thriller
That was good.
movie.
That was
Lucky
she watched a good one.
bitch. That stupid bitch. She got out easy.
She was lucky. That was fun. That
Yeah.
was a funny movie.
And I believe at the end she said she would promised with her life that we could come on her podcast if she ever got one. I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a
Given
while.
that there's audio
I
evidence,
know.
let's not write
I
these
just
checks.
opened up the calendar. I'm free, so we're good to go.
So we've established that we don't have plans.
Yep. And so Well, yeah, and we've got you on Skype now, so we'll give you a call if we don't hear back in the next. No, all right, okay.
No, thanks for
Bit
coming on.
guys.
It's been great.
Thank you.
We've been the Potato Boys. You've been our little potato cakey fans, and
And separate to that, I've been Hayden,
Yeah.
not affiliated with the stuff that you just said.
Mitch here. Welcome to Truly Run Potatoes. Today, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
and anyone listening should consider themselves lucky. They even got a little bit of Morgan in there for a second. So that's a complete episode.
Thank you so much, Concetta.
Bye, guys. Thank you.